But,
what do you think is the biggest thing that led to your burnout?
I just had like a ton of stress, and I was putting all my eggs in like the basket of the March test.
Yeah.
Even though I was signed up for the June test already, I still it's like this is the one I've been studying for so many months and all this time. And I was like still reviewing things. I didn't do anything the day before I relaxed, but I was still reviewing a ton and like really intense up until the day before. And then I scored 7 points lower than my prep test average.
It really can happen. Yeah, it's crazy. Like you could know the content inside out, but stress can definitely get the better of you. Burnout can definitely have an impact on you. And so don't place all your eggs in the basket of just one particular test date, especially now. It's gone from being offered 4 times a year to like 10 times a year. It's nearly every month going forward. And so you've got this remainder of this year, June, July, September, October, November. The next year was January, March, and April, I believe, all of those. So there's a ton of opportunities. It's not limited to any one date, and applying early matters much less than it used to. So you can always retake. Even November is not late. January is like the latest I'd recommend ideally, but January even is okay. So I think don't focus overall on any one particular test date in particular. Try to take this exam that you're taking going forward soon as just yet another timed exam. So if you've done 10, like I recommended, 10 full-length 5-section exams, then this one you take on test is just number 11. And treat it that way and ignore everybody else in the room. Don't pay any attention to them. Don't talk with them beforehand because you don't know what they're going to say that could stress you out. They're probably going to be stressing about what they don't know, how they didn't study enough or whatever. Honestly, I think you should steer clear of others because they're a wild card. You never know what they're going to be, what they're going to say. And overall, just you could look at them from a distance and say, I know this better than you. I've studied a ton. Not like you're looking down on them necessarily, but that like just walk in, feeling like you own it, thinking of all the stuff that you've done up to this point, how far you've come from knowing 0 initially to knowing every question type, every section type overall, and just walking with that dominating mentality that you want to beat this test, that you're better than this test, whatever will psych you up. So if it's music, I think music or motivational videos can really help. And just kind of walking with that mentality that you've done this before, you've done it at least 10 times ideally. And so this is just yet another iteration of the same exact thing. And you also know that this exam, or at least usually, half the exams are released. And so June will become test 87. July won't be disclosed initially, but ultimately it will be at some later date. It'll be test 95 or something like that. So some future test taker will be taking your exam as part of their practice with as little stress on it as you had for your practice tests. The content is the same. People will often walk out feeling like it was different, but ultimately, of course, it's never really different from what you did before. It just felt different in the moment. And so one thing you can do as you walk out of the test is later that day, write down your entire recollection of everything that happened, just so that a few days later you can think back on it fresh, because you will lose it, and that the first 3 to 5 hours after the test are kind of like a golden window where you still actually can remember a decent chunk of what happened. And then, of course, you can figure out later what was the experimental section. People will go online on forums and talk about what it was to figure it out. Obviously, if someone had 2 games or two reading comps or 3 logical reasonings, you know at least which type it was. But if you can remember a game topic or a passage topic or an LR question topic, you can, through online discussing with others, figure out which one was your experimental, and that can help at least reduce the stress. Because obviously, it doesn't really matter, it's done, but if you're thinking about canceling, which I don't really recommend ever doing, unless something went astronomically wrong, at least if you can figure out what was the experimental, then you can have a better sense of how it went well or not so well. And you won't stress as much for the following 3 weeks or so until you get your score back. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.